Hello, I'm DeDe. In this 30-minute yoga session, we'll explore traditional vinyasa or yoga pose flow called the sun salutation. We'll do our sun salutations with a slightly modernized twist to make them more user-friendly and suitable for most every level of ability. And here's what you'll need. A yoga mat. If you're on carpet, you might be okay. A small towel and some water for hydration. You can take off your shoes and socks for this. Make sure you have plenty of room around you and always move at your own mindful pace. So let's get mindful right now with some standing breathing. Stand with the equal weight on both of your feet and your feet directly under your hip joints. Soften your knees slightly. Make your pelvis neutral all the way around. Pull your front ribs in, shoulders are back and down, ears over shoulders. And then we'll turn the palms and the inner elbows forward. So this part of your elbow is forward. And then you can close your eyes if that feels suitable for you. Otherwise, feel free to leave your eyes open. So let's think of becoming mindful right now. And let's think in terms of turning on what's happening right now in our minds and turning off everything that's already happened and everything that's going to happen. Just turn on the switch of right now. And right now is the sound of these words, the sound of the music, the sound of your breathing through your nose, the feeling across your feet when you have equal weight from right foot to left foot. Also happening right now, the feeling in your body of standing upright and tall and aligned. Feel a little bit of tension across your upper back to help hold your shoulders back and down. The feeling in your arms of turning your inner elbows and your palms forward. What else do you notice here? What else do you notice that's happening right now? So if you notice a thought creeping into your awareness that doesn't relate to right now, just cast it aside, and you can think it later if you still need to. But right now, all we want to think about is right now. Now, if your eyes are closed, let them open. And then we'll press the palms together in front of the heart center. Now let's circle the fingers around in one direction and then reverse. Continue on your deep breathing journey, in as well as out through the nose. So we have a little bit more to pay attention to now. We're doing some movement. So keep your awareness focused on right now, the breathing, these words, the music, and the movement. Feel what's happening in your wrists, your forearms, your hands, your fingers, your thumbs. And then let's bring the arms down to the sides. Once again, inner elbows and palms facing forward. Arms travel back a little bit behind. Inhale, Exhale, bring the palms together with the thumbs up. Go with your breathing. Each time, arms are a little bit higher. If you need to bend your elbows at any point, make sure that you do. Do you still have equal weight across both of your feet? See if you can get there. Are your arms higher now than they were at the beginning? They should be. One more. Now take your hands to your hips and we'll circle the hips around. So the hips go to one side, they go to the front, they go to the other side, and then stop and go the other way to the side, to the front, to the side, and stop and do it again. So as your hips go, your head and shoulders go opposite, and that's what keeps us balanced so we don't fall over. We're limbering right now through our low back and our hip joints. Can you feel what's happening? Maybe a little bit through your legs too and your waist. Feel what's happening through your abdomen and some of your other trunk muscles, through your core. All right, and then let's come back to the center. Hips over ankles, knees slightly unlocked, arms just relaxed at your sides. Let's circle the right ankle around now, up and around, and the other. My ankles and toes like to make popping, snapping sounds when I move them. At least at first they do. Maybe yours do too. See if we can get rid of all the pops and cracks for now. Let's roll the shoulder here as well, up and around on the same side as your circling ankle. One more. Now, let's go up on the tiptoes of one side and then back to this mountain pose, and then tiptoes on the other side, and then back to mountain pose. So we sort of collapse over into one side, but then we come back to equal weight on both feet, and then we collapse a little bit over to the other side. Feel the difference. Feel the intention of mountain pose, the intention to stand up straighter and activate your legs, arms, and torso. How about one more? And then we'll go up and down on both sets of tiptoes at the same time. You don't have to go very high. Let's once again turn the inner elbows and the palms forward. And then we'll lift the arms as we come up on our tiptoes. Let's inhale as we lift. And when you're ready to exhale, come back down. Keep going with this. I'm going to turn to the side. Now keep your heels down this time. Inhale. Press your palms together as you exhale. Sit back into chair pose. Push your hips back and do it again. This is going to be part of our sun salutation. This arms sweeping up and sitting back into chair. Make sure your knees stay the same distance apart as your ankles as you bend them. So in other words, we don't want the knees to collapse in like this. And we don't want the knees to splay out like this. So if you're doing that, correct your knees. You want them to stay in line with your ankles. Now let's stay here. Hands on your thighs. Inhale, lift your tailbone, so a little bit of arch in the low back, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Feel what's happening in your low back. Just go back and forth between tailbone up and tailbone tucked, and move with your breathing. Now this time, neutral spine. So we're not arched and we're not rounded. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then on the exhale, you'll turn the same way that I'm turned. Step your foot that's furthest from me forward and your other foot steps way back. And then we'll turn toward one another once again with a wide stance. Turn your toes out. Sit back with your tailbone. Hinge forward. This is a hip hinge. The back is still long. And then inhale, take your arms out, thumbs up. Exhale, sit back, rest your hands on your thighs. Knees are straighter here, and they're more bent when you're here. Exhale. Inhale, you can bend your elbows to get your arms up higher if you like. Now this time we stay in that down position, so we stay right here. Inhale, turn and drop one shoulder as you exhale, and then switch. Keep going with this. It's important that we're keeping the weight toward the outer edges of our feet, and that helps to keep our knees aligned properly. And then here's our last one. Now inhale up to the center, keep your balance, and then as you exhale, go back to the front of your mat, wherever you perceive the front of your mat to be. And we'll stand in mountain pose, feet under hips, knees unlocked, pelvis is level, ears over shoulders, arms at your sides with the palms and the inner elbows facing forward. Now let's inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, sit into chair. Now hands on your thighs, inhale. And on the exhale, keep your knees bent, slide your hands all the way down to the floor. Now we inhale and step one foot back, doesn't matter which one. And then exhale, drop your knee down. Keep breathing right here. If you need your folded towel under your knee, make sure you grab it, and then you move it back and forth from one knee to the other as needed. Now on your next inhale, sweep your arms forward and a little bit up. And then exhale, take your hands down. Now we tuck the back foot under, inhale, and we step forward. Take more than one step if you need to. And then exhale, hands on your shins now. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands slide to your thighs. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up, sweeping the arms and hands together for the exhale. Now, whichever leg you just did, we'll do the other leg. So inhale, exhale, chair pose, hands in front of your heart, sit back with your hips. Inhale, hands on the thighs. Exhale, slide down. Hands on the floor. Now your other foot steps back. Inhale, big step. And then exhale, drop your knee down. Drop your foot down. Inhale, sweep the arms. And then exhale, the hands come down. Tuck your back foot under. Spring forward, pushing off with your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale there. Give yourself lots of support on your shins. Now hands on your thighs. Inhale, slowly sweeping up. Arms come up. And then we exhale. Stay in mountain pose for a moment. Arms at your sides. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it in a cycle. So we'll do one side and then the other side. At times we'll be holding in different positions. But I'm stopping right now to have this dialogue because I want you to know that if you need to be next to something where you can hold on, if you need a sturdy chair in front of you or you need to be near a wall, make sure you move there now. Take a moment and do that now if you need to. Okay, here we are, back in our mountain pose. All right, sweep the arms up on your next inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Sit way back with your hips. Inhale, hands on your thighs. Exhale, slide your hands down. Now, right foot steps back. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, drop your knee and foot down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, both hands come down. Now we lift the back knee and we step back. Inhale, both feet back, downward facing dog for the exhale. Let's alternate our heels right now. This is one of those times where we're staying in a position for a moment. Keep breathing. Now we warmed up our wrists earlier, but if you feel like your wrists still aren't warm enough, go ahead and do a couple of wrist circles here. Then you can rejoin the downward facing dog. All right, let's press both heels down evenly, and then we'll pick up our right foot and we'll step it forward. Take more than one step if you need to. And you want to go all the way up so you're here, ankle in line with wrists. Now drop your back knee and your back foot down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, hands come down. Spring off of your back foot. Inhale, step forward. And then exhale. Now hands on shins. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands on thighs. Inhale, rising all the way up, sweeping the arms. And then exhale, hands in front of the heart. Let's go again. Left foot this time. Inhale. Chair pose. Exhale. Inhale, hands on thighs. Exhale, forward and down. Now left foot steps back, big step. Inhale. Exhale, knee and foot come down. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you can inhale, lift your back knee. Step both feet back for the exhale. Now this time we step the left foot forward, go right into it. Take more than one step if you need to. That's your inhale. Exhale, knee and foot down. Arms are sweeping. And then we step forward. So inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, forward and down. Hands on shins, inhale. Exhale, halfway. And then inhale all the way. And exhale, mountain pose. Let's go again. Chair. Inhale, hands on legs. Exhale, slide down. Right foot this time steps back. Inhale. This time as you exhale, stay on the tiptoes of your back foot. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, travel forward into plank. Exhale, back. And then step your right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Let's stay here on our lunge. Inhale, lift your chest, peek forward. And then exhale, we're in forward fold at the front of the mat. Hands on shins. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up, keeping your knees soft, hands in front of your heart as you exhale. And again, we inhale. Chair pose, exhale. Inhale, hands on thighs. Exhale, all the way down into forward fold. Left foot back. Inhale, stay on the tiptoes of your back foot. And as you exhale, turn to the right. Raise your right arm up. And then inhale, both hands come down, downward facing dog as you exhale. Now inhale, travel forward into plank. Exhale back. Step your left foot forward. And then stay in your lunge. Inhale, turn to the left as you exhale, raise your left arm. Inhale, hands come down, spring off your back foot. Exhale, forward. Hands on shins, inhale. And then exhale there, inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Stay here for a moment, mountain pose. I'm just going to turn to face you for a moment. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels good for you. And let's go back to that basic setup for mountain pose. Equal weight across the feet. The feet are parallel. Ears over shoulders, pelvis is neutral. So how are you feeling? Are you warm? Does your whole body feel like it was involved in that sun salutation? It was. So you probably feel that. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Now we'll do a very popular and fairly easy to do balance pose. But I want you to be next to a countertop, a sturdy chair, or a wall, if that's what it takes for you to be safe and secure. So let's release the arms, turn your right knee out and leave your toes on the floor. Pull your left hip in and get taller through the crown of your head. Now let's take the hands out, palms up like you're catching rain in your palms. Shoulders back. Keep your eyes open for balancing, unless you're really trying to challenge yourself. Just being on a yoga mat is a challenge for balance because it's cushy. Step off of your yoga mat if you need to. All right, hands in front of the heart, right foot down, left knee comes out. This time, arms up a little higher. You still are catching the raindrops. Make sure you're not pressing out into this right hip. Keep pulling your left knee back. Use your hip muscles to do that. And then hands together and release. Now you can do that same round again for round 2. Otherwise, I offer you this challenge. This is a greater challenge. Foot is below your knee on your calf. Pull your left hip in. This time the arms come out with the thumbs up. All right, and then hands come in, both feet are down. Switch to the other side, either the same as round 1 or try what we just did on the other side if you'd like. Make sure you have plenty of space. You want to be able to reach your arms fully. And then we'll bring the hands together and both feet come down. All right, one more option, either round 1, round 2, or if you can, take your foot up to your inner thigh for round 3. And then if you're able to, bring the arms up higher. Push your foot and your leg together firmly. Make sure you're not pushing your foot against your knee joint. And then we'll do the other side. Keep your concentration here or up here. You can hold your arm out like this as a counterbalance if you're putting your foot up here. So this is tree pose. You shouldn't hold still like a statue. That's unnatural. Hold still the way a tree does, and a tree moves a little bit when the breeze blows, right? And then we'll take the hands to the heart center and we'll bring both feet down. All right, relax. Now's a great time to take a drink of water if you'd like. Hydration is always a good idea. And then we're moving down to the floor. So after you get your drink of water, come on down. Any way that works for you is fine. We're going to lie down on our back. So if you need your folded towel under your head for a pillow, then put it right there at the end of your mat where your head's going to go. Otherwise, put it off to the side. Let's come down onto our elbows and then all the way down onto our back. Knees are bent. Let's move the feet out to the outer edges of your mat. And if you don't have a mat, just go a little wider than your shoulders. Take your arms down with your palms up, or take your arms out if you can. Shoulders away from ears. Let's inhale, and on the exhale, your knees go to one side and your head turns opposite. And then we'll go the other way. Inhale and exhale over. Keep going with your breath. So are you able to stay in the present moment with your awareness right now? Are you thinking about what's happening in your hip or your back or your shoulder? You can also think about what's happening with your breathing. One more. And then we're coming back to the center. Now walk your feet in closer together so your ankles and knees are close by one another. Take your right leg up and hold the back of your thigh. And then from here, keep your right leg as it is and press your left leg straight along the floor. All right, bend both of your knees and put both of your feet down on the floor. Let's go with left leg straight up. Hold on to it. Keep it right where it is, and then straighten your right leg out. Feel that stretch all down your leg, your left leg, the back of your left leg. Okay, both knees are bent, both feet are on the ground. And then we'll turn over onto our side and we'll press ourselves up with the arms. Now we're going to sit comfortably. If that means you're sitting up on your folded towel, then place that behind you so you can sit on it. And then we'll cross the legs in a comfortable fashion. Sometimes that means having your legs further out in front of you to be comfortable. See what works for you. Now let's inhale the arms out to the sides. You're sitting up tall and straight. And then we'll exhale over to the side and we'll hold here. So we're leaning to the right. Make sure your left hip stays heavy. Don't lift it up. And then we'll inhale and come up, and we'll exhale over to the other side. Shoulders down. And stay here. And then let's come back up to the center. Roll your shoulders back and down. So how did you do? By performing this slightly modernized sun salutation, we were able to accommodate every body, every ability level, every level of flexibility or inflexibility. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, thanks for joining me. And until next time, be well.